My name is Bert, and this is the Still Life Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the Still Life Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Bert. I've been doing a lot of thinking over the last couple of days, and something that's really just been resonating with me is the fact that, I turned 39 years old just a few weeks ago, and, as I close in on 40, I came to realize I'm doing better than a lot of people. Even though I'm struggling and I'm having a lot of issues, I have survived through so much to get to where I am today. There have been a lot of failures, a lot of successes, a lot of trials, a lot of overcoming and conquering, a lot of fears realized and overcome, and a lot of storms weathered. But I have survived day in and day out. I've chosen to be here. I've chosen to get up every single day and to try and be as productive as I can, whether I feel like it or not. I have chosen to survive. And all of you that are listening to this podcast right now, you too have chosen to survive, to make it to today. And that's no small feat for any of us to continue to survive and to thrive day in and day out to get to where we are today. Has it been easy? Absolutely not. I don't know about you guys. I've had some really awful days in the last 39 plus years of life. And there's been times where I absolutely wanted to give up, but I chose to keep fighting another day. We are way stronger and way more resilient than we pretty much ever give ourselves credit for. We look at our past struggles and traumas and trials and tragedies, and we're just like, oh man, it's been miserable, this sucks, and we have this negative attitude about it and this negative connotation around all these, bad things really. But look at how we've grown and survived and improved because of the things that happened to us and because we chose to keep fighting and keep moving forward in a positive direction. If you are alive, you are choosing to move forward in a positive direction. That's it. End of story. It's not, oh, well, I just felt like I'd stick around. No, you made a conscious decision to continue to fight, continue to put one foot in front of the other, and continue to move forward in a positive direction. That's not to say that we don't have setbacks, because we 100% do and always will have setbacks in life. But all of the things that have happened to us previously, we can use the abilities that we've gained from overcoming those things to get us through that next trial. And at the end of the day, the only person I can control, the only person I can make move forward or make that conscious decision to advance is myself. I can't make that choice for anyone else. Now, does that mean that I don't care about anyone else? Absolutely not. And in fact, that's far from the truth. I care deeply about other people, and that's why I do this podcast. That's why I say the things I say and talk about the subjects and topics that I talk about, is because I hope that, I can help just one person by putting this stuff out there. If I've helped one person, I consider this all a success. But again, when it comes down to it, I can't make the choice on your behalf for you to fight and survive and live and move forward each and every day. That's 100% on you. And vice versa, 100 people can call me, text me, email me, whatever, and talk about how much they want me to move forward in a positive direction and continue to fight and live and survive. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody else wants. It's up to me to make that decision for myself, commit to fighting, commit to surviving each and every day, especially when things get tough. Now, that doesn't mean that we don't seek help when we need help, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Of course, absolutely. For the most part, people can't force themselves into helping you. You have to want to be helped and accept that help. And honestly, you have to seek it. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to find you, usually until it's too late. And so we have to do a better job of when we're in those dark places and we want to fight, but we need help, getting the help that we need from friends, from family, from health professionals, whoever it is. We have to seek our own help. Again, we have to take the initiative. We have to make the choice. Nobody can make it for us. And as I get older, I find it easier and easier to open up and admit to people when I'm struggling with things and when I need help. Because I know from past experiences, when I didn't get help, I was far, far worse off than I ever was when I told somebody what was going on. I was open and honest and transparent and vulnerable, and I sought help. Every time, the end result was better. Every single time. So with that, congratulate yourself for having made it through another day, for choosing to live, for choosing to fight, for choosing to survive, and choosing to thrive for another day. You are an incredible person with incredible heart and perseverance because you chose to move forward. And with that, I want to thank you for joining me today on another episode of the Still Life Podcast. As always, for questions, comments, topic ideas, suggestions, or if you'd like to become a sponsor of the Still Life Podcast, you can reach us, thestilllifepodcast@gmail.com. That's thestilllifepodcast@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, and YouTube at the Still Life Podcast. Thanks again for joining me today on the Still Life Podcast. We'll talk again soon.